Okay, good morning, everyone. We're going to start lying on our backs here this morning. So, making your way down. If you want to invite in any props here, you can go right ahead, but it's not absolutely necessary. We're just going to start here, taking ourselves into a nice resting space. So, welcome. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We are here for our 60-minute yin practice this morning. Thank you so much for all making the time to practice and just starting to settle in here, settling into your body. We're going to take 3 deep breaths here. So, taking a big breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. 2 more. Deep inhale in. Exhale out. 1 more. Filling the lungs completely all the way to the bottom. And as you exhale, emptying the lungs, letting go of any tension you're holding on to. Finding a nice natural rhythm of breath from here. Just noticing what your breath feels like in your body. Noticing where you feel it, maybe through the nose, the chest, the rib cage, the belly. Just taking a few moments to really feel into the breath. Is it easy and light this morning? Or maybe it feels a bit heavy, just without any judgment, taking notice of what your breath feels like, what qualities it has. And then on your next inhale, I want you to find a deep inhale in, finding a little pause at the top. And then exhale fully, hopefully finding the exhales a little bit longer than the inhales. And when you get to the bottom, finding another little pause. And then inhale, pause, and exhale. Nice and long exhale. Pause, inhale. Carrying on, pausing at the top. Exhale, emptying the lungs. Finding a little pause at the bottom. Carrying on, finding a few more. Inhaling to fill, pausing at the top. Exhaling to empty, and pausing at the bottom. 2 more. Last one. And then finding a natural rhythm of breath once more once you're done. Softening through the face, softening through the shoulders, and just taking this time to be completely present, letting go of anything that happened before you arrived here on your mat. Just forgetting for a moment anything you have planned for the day, any to-do lists. Just arriving here in this moment with yourself, focusing on any sensations you're feeling in the body, any sounds that you hear in the room, and feeling that rise and fall of the chest as you inhale and exhale. And staying here for another 3 more breaths. And taking one more breath in and exhale out. Bringing some awareness back into the body, maybe wiggling your fingers, your toes. And then from here, bringing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a nice little squeeze and rock on the spine, side to side. Beautiful. Then from here, we're going to take the soles of the feet down to the mat. You're going to walk them out nice and wide. Before we settle into our first long hold, yin pose, we're just going to find a little breath connection with a windshield wiper in the knees. And this is just to warm up through the hips a little bit in the lower back. So as we inhale, we're going to keep the knees up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, we're going to drop them down to the right side. And then next inhale, knees come back up. Nice and slow. Exhale down to the left. And just carrying on. Inhale up. Exhale down. Using that breath. Finding some motion. Some release. Taking a few more. Carrying on. Next inhale, bringing the knees all the way up. And then on your exhale, we're going to drop the knees down to the right side and we're going to hold them here for our first pose. Now, if it feels good for you to stay as is, then you're just going to continue to try and drop that left knee down towards your mat, finding a stretch through the outside of the left hip. To deepen this stretch, or if you don't feel too much of a stretch here, you can cross that right ankle on top of the left thigh. Now, use your block here if you'd like. You can take it underneath your right knee or your left knee. And keeping the shoulder blades nice and rooted to your mat as maybe you take your arms out nice and wide or maybe overhead. Or if you would like to continue to connect to your breath, taking one hand to the chest and one hand to the belly. Just finding here that stretch through the outer hip, that left side body, that lower back. Just feeling that nice open front side. Continuing to keep that connection to your breath throughout your practice as much as possible. And we're going to set an intention for ourselves today. It's going to be holding space, holding space for yourself, for everything going on in the present reality. So, making sure to honor and hold space for any emotions, situations, feelings that arise for you here in practice today. Taking care of yourself, taking time to accept things, coming to terms with any change you're undergoing. So, thinking about how you can hold space for yourself today and what that might mean for you here. Maybe that means letting go of judgments, honoring any feelings, and just being present with yourself as you are. And taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. From here, slowly releasing the right ankle from the left thigh if it was there, and starting to bring the knees up towards the ceiling. Finding whatever you need here. Maybe you bring the knees into the chest and find a rock on the spine, or you come back to those windshield wipers with the knees. And then when you're ready, we're going to find the other side. So you're going to drop those knees down to the left side, again, inviting in your props if you use them on the other side. Also, you can stay as you are, or you can cross that left ankle on top of the right thigh to deepen the stretch. Again, taking your arms and hands wherever feels most comfortable, most intuitive to you. Can be down by your side, overhead. You can take one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. Just listening in here. And really imagine the space being created in the body, that length, that release of tension. And taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. Slowly releasing that left ankle, bringing the knees back up towards the ceiling. Taking anything you need here, any emotions, any stillness. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to find a happy baby, starting to slowly send those thighs to the outside of the rib cage, and then sending the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. And you can grab hold of whatever is available to you here. That could be behind the thighs, the calves, the ankles, or maybe you can find the bind with the outer edge of the foot. So, whatever works here, inviting in a little bit of movement if you'd like here at this point, any sways, or maybe it feels good to deepen the bend in the knees or straighten through the legs a little bit. Just inviting in whatever feels good for you here. And then when you're ready, settling into a little bit of stillness as you let those knees sink and drop down towards your mat. Feeling that heaviness of the spine and the ground. Softening through the face. Few more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. Slowly releasing any bind. Taking a couple of breaths to recover in whatever way feels right for you. Beautiful. From here, we are going to take the soles of the feet onto the mat. You're going to make sure that your each hip, knee, and ankle are all in one line. And making sure here you've got access to your block. So just grabbing hold, making sure that it's within reach. And then on your next inhale, we're going to lift the hips up, placing your prop underneath your tailbone. So making sure that you feel nice and supported here. You're going to root the shoulder blades down into your mat. And you have the option to keep your hands down by your side or maybe overhead to aid in that opening down the front side of your body. Taking some deep breaths into your chest and rib cage, feeling that belly also rise and fall. Being mindful that your prop can go on any edge, any height. Just making sure that your lower back feels supported, your tailbone. You feel that nice release in the spine. Beautiful. From here, maybe you bring that right knee in towards the chest, interlacing the fingers either behind the right thigh or in front of the right shin, whatever is available for you here. And you slowly start to lengthen through that left leg, finding your wind release here, but with the support underneath your lower back. It'll be more intense of a stretch through the hips, nice opening through the left hip as well. Just trying to keep soft here through the shoulders as you keep those shoulder blades nice and rooted into your mat. And if you want to invite some circles through that right ankle or point and flex, anything that's going to feel good for you, releasing through that right ankle, go right ahead. And settling back into stillness when you're ready. Three more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. From here, you're going to send both legs long, so slowly releasing the bind through the hands and then sending both heels onto the mat when you're ready. If this doesn't feel good for you in your body, you can do one at a time, or you can simply send the soles of the feet back down to the mats, no problem. And then you can again keep your hands down by your side, or maybe take them overhead again, finding that length through the body, feeling that stretch all the way down the front side, creating that space. And again, really just honoring yourself in this moment, seeing yourself for all that you are, all the amazing qualities, and maybe some faults too, without any judgments or criticism. Just finding some loving and caring feelings towards yourself as you would think of a partner or a best friend. Holding space for yourself to grow, feel, and accept all that is. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the opposite knee in towards the chest. So slowly bringing that left knee in. You can again find the binds behind your left thigh, in front of your left shin. If finding that right leg long is uncomfortable, you can always bend through that knee. So just listening in. Just finding here those shoulder blades still sinking into the mat. Taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. From here, I want you to bring that right knee in towards the chest as well, and then slowly starting to send the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Finding a nice legs up pose. Maybe you take the arms up as well. Just softening through the hands and the feet, letting them hang as much as possible. And just really soaking in this quite restorative pose. Continuing to take any deep breaths if you need them here. You may start to feel some tingling through the feet or the hands. And that's okay. Just sitting with it for a little bit here. And taking 5 more breaths here. Taking one more breath in and exhale out. Slowly, slowly starting to drop the feet down, bringing the arms down. On your next inhale, lifting the hips up, sliding your prop out, and bringing your spine back down. Maybe you find a bit of stillness here as you walk the feet out nice and wide on the mat, bringing your knees to touch, bringing your hands to your belly, and just breathing into your hands here, feeling that nice neutral spine. Imagine the breath moving into the lower back. And taking one more breath in and exhale out. And then maybe you invite in a little bit of movement from here, swaying through the knees or rocks on the spine. Beautiful. From here, we're going to make our way up to a seat. So bringing those knees in towards the chest and then rolling over onto your side. You can take a breath here if you need to, and then gently pressing yourself up to a seated position. We're going to bring the legs out long in front. Now, I'll give you two options for this. We're going to find hamstring stretch. First option is going to be to bring the left sole of the foot inside the right inner thigh. Second option is going to be inviting in a bit of a stretch through the outer hip on the left side here. And it's a crossover. So we bring that left leg over top of the right. And you try and move the left knee over top of the right. Now, that may not be possible, but we're just aiming to get there. Maybe you find a bit of softness through this left foot. If you have any knee sensitivities, then please just flex through the feet. It just helps protect the knee joints. Now, again, this is optional. You don't have to be here if this isn't feeling good for you. But next inhale, we're going to lift through the spine. Maybe we take the arms up and exhale, fold. And you'll notice if you have the leg crossed over, you may not be able to fold that deep, and that's okay. Dropping the hands down somewhere that feels okay, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, and then softening through the neck. If you want to invite in your block to rest your forehead on, please feel free. You can also use it underneath your sit bones. Just finding that right hamstring softening through the back of your leg. Taking time here as you let the breath guide yourself down a little bit deeper. Maybe if you've created a little bit more space in the body. Seeing if you can melt yourself down a little bit deeper, softening through the body a little bit more. And taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. Slowly, slowly rolling the spine all the way up. Releasing that left leg long. And then maybe you find some shakes through the legs or sways through the knees. Just finding a couple of breaths, releasing any tension. And then we're going to find the other side here. So we're going to send that left leg long. Right sole of the foot either comes inside the left inner thigh or we gently take it over top of the left leg. Again, moving that right knee in the direction of your left. Softening through that right foot unless you have an injury to account for or really sensitive knees, which I probably wouldn't suggest this pose anyways, but just in case you want to give it a try, really flex through that right foot. Inhale to find some length through the spine. Maybe you take the arms up. Exhale to fold, dropping those hands down, dropping the shoulders away from the ears and softening through the neck. Really honoring where you're at here, noticing what you feel in your body. Letting these feelings, these emotions arise. And without any judgment, taking notice, acknowledging them, and then seeing if you can slowly start to let them drift away. Really creating space for the present. Creating space for your breath. Seeing if there's any more space you can sink into. Using the breath to guide yourself down a little bit further. Taking 3 more breaths here. And taking one more breath in and exhale out. Beautiful. Slowly rolling the spine up, releasing through that right leg. Just taking anything you need here, any release. Beautiful. From here, soles of the feet come together. We're going to come into our butterfly here. From here, taking the palms to the knees, nice inhale as you send the crown of the head up, shoulders back. When you're ready to exhale, slowly melting yourself forward, dropping that head down towards your feet. And really taking this time to let those knees melt down, shoulders softening even deeper. Three more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. Slowly rolling the spine all the way up, releasing out the legs. Again, taking whatever you need here. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to take our block over to the left side of us, just having it ready. We're going to roll all the way down onto our backs, bringing the hands behind the thighs with bent knees, soles of the feet on the mat, slowly rolling yourself down as you press into the backs of your thighs, finding any little motions here, any sways, any rocks. Beautiful. Then from here, bringing the soles of the feet down to the mat, we are going to bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh, reaching that right knee away from you. And then you can stay as you are. Maybe you find the bind behind your left thigh. Just taking a few breaths here, finding that nice stretch through that right glute, the outer hip, feeling that length of the spine on your mat. And just taking three more breaths here, not here too long. And taking one more breath in and exhale out. from here, releasing any bind, we're going to release the left sole of the foot down. We're going to release the right ankle and then taking the right sole of the foot down to the mat as well. Walking the hips slightly over to the right side of your mat. You're going to take the left leg long, bringing the right knee in towards the chest and then finding a single knee twist. So taking this right knee over to the left side. So preferably here, resting that right knee on your props. You can stack blocks if you have more than one. If you have a bolster, you can use that as well underneath the right knee and ankle feels really nice. And if a single knee twist doesn't feel good for you, if you don't have enough props to support yourself here, you can just simply take a double knee twist, bringing both legs next to each other here. So just seeing what feels okay for you in your body. Trying to work that right shoulder blade down towards your mat. Maybe you walk your arms out wide or you take that left hand on top of your right thigh. And if it feels okay, gazing in the opposite direction of your knees, really feeling into that really nice twist here. Really just connecting with that breath here, softening into the spine. And taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. Slowly, slowly unwinding yourself, bringing yourself back to your mat. Taking a couple breaths here, whatever you need. Setting your prop over to the other side when you're ready. And then bringing the soles of the feet down to the mat. And then taking your left ankle on top of your right thigh this time. Reaching that left knee away from you. And then you have the option to stay as you are, or maybe you find the bind behind your right thigh, in front of your right shin, whatever feels good for you here. Again, not staying here for too long. Just finding that nice stretch through the left glute. And taking 3 more breaths here. And just releasing through the lower back, feeling that spine nice and heavy. Taking 1 more breath in. And exhale out. Slowly releasing as you bring both soles of the feet back to the mat. You're going to walk those hips slightly over to the left side of the mat, bringing the left knee into the chest. Right leg goes nice and long. And then starting to slowly transition that left leg across the body over to the right side. So hopefully resting that right knee on some form of prop, finding a nice twist here. And as mentioned before, if one knee doesn't feel good, you can take both down. It's no problem. Stacking props if you need to. And slowly trying to send those shoulder blades down into the ground. Maybe gazing in the opposite direction of your knees. And taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. Slowly, slowly unwinding, bringing yourself back to the mat. And just taking any last little moves, poses, stretches, anything to make your body as comfortable as possible for your final resting pose. And when you're ready, finding whatever position feels best for you, laying on your front, your back, your sides. You can invite in any props here, anything to make you feel really comfortable. And then taking this time to really rest and restore, sinking in, soaking in your practice. Now I have the Sage Stress Release Essential Oil Mist with lavender, orange, geranium. If you do not want me to spray this above you, just give your hand a wave and I'll skip past you. And slowly starting to bring some awareness back into your body. Maybe wiggling your fingers or your toes, finding a gentle sway of your head side to side. Inviting in some larger movements when you're ready, maybe circling through the wrists or the ankles. It might feel nice to take your arms overhead, stretching through the feet, taking a big inhale in and a big exhale out. You could bring your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself one final little squeeze or rock on the spine, side to side. And then slowly making your way onto your side, rolling over, taking a breath or two here just to arrive back in the room. And then gently pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated position when you're ready. Closing your eyes when you arrive. And we'll all take a closing breath together. So taking a big breath in and exhale out the mouth. And I will just read you something that I resonated with this week that I think ties into our holding space for ourselves theme today. It's by Ali Michelle. Keep the honest moments close to your heart, the ones that are the most human, when you laugh until your ribs ache, when you feel stars exploding inside of you, when life breaks you open and those tears of transformation pour like a river from your soul. Life is really quite simple. We get to experience this planet for a brief while. We get to learn how to love ourselves and one another for the strange, messy, and magical creatures we are. What a gift it is to have a human life. If you look a little closer, there's always something to be grateful for. True gratitude isn't ignoring the darkness, it's participating with your whole heart in whatever moment life brings. It's leaning into the unfolding process and having the courage to not need all of the answers. And taking a moment here to send yourself gratitude, thanking yourself for taking the time to be here, to connect your breath and some movement, and to connect to the present moment in whatever way you could, just slowing things down. I would just like to also personally thank each and every one of you for taking the time to share your space, your practice, and your energy with me this morning. It really means a lot to me that you're here. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll just turn some lights on here.